Hello, hello, I'm here. Welcome. Uh, oh God, what's happened? Hello, I am here. Welcome to the stream. Uh, hope you all had a good Boxing Day and not eating too much food or drank too much. We are back in Sorcery. We left off as we got to the upper part of Care, and now we need to find the spell lines and the nobles and make our way to the North Gate. Let me just change the music over. Let's get rid of the Christmas. And I've found something called Medieval Tavern. So hopefully that does the job. Uh, Turn it up like that. Okay. Quick test of things. Just to make
Hello
sure
there.
they're all working. Yes. Okay, that worked. Hello there, Jackal. Welcome. Just making sure everything is working, which it seems to be. So we are back. We are back in Sorcery. Continuing our adventure. I'm still in my Christmas pajamas. um, I've done nothing all day. I was a lazy blob. That's a lie, I actually went on a very long walk. But keeping up with appearances. And I've lost my Christmas headband because I don't know where the PNG is saved, so. And you can slightly see my tail behind me. Oh, didn't mean to click off that. Okay, let's get to it. I'm going to give myself a challenge. Okay, I've got to think of a challenge. I wanted to give myself a challenge, but now I can't think of one. Let's do a um, no death run for the rest of the chapter. That that's what I'm doing, unless I can think of anything better. Okay, let's get started. Audiobook time. You have reached the banks of Upper Care. The buildings here are not as grand as on the south side of the river, but they are in much better condition. Fewer people live on this side, away from the fields and the hills, but those that do are richer. They are also most likely more dangerous. But of course, it is on this side of the city that the North Gate stands. Start moving. You follow the road away from the river, towards a fork in the road. If there are any nobles still in the city port, the houses are most likely to be on this side of the river. But which way? Continue. A fork in the road. Literally. The early morning sun is beginning to wake the streets of Care. A few creatures roam this way and that. In one corner, a spring bubbles with fresh water. Drink from the fountain. You cup your hand to the water and drink a mouthful. It is fresh and invigorating, as though the water was enchanted. Look around. Looking left, the road heads through into a residential area that seems well cared for. A short way off to the right is an open plaza. Move on, ask someone for directions. Move on. There is nothing for it. You will have to explore for yourself. Continue. Turn left or turn right? Let's go right. You turn right, heading away from the city wall. A sign points towards Fireview Square. You pass large houses that have the aspect of official places of business. One is marked with the clawed fist of a moneylender. An elven woman is just leaving. She looks quite worn out already, this early in the morning. Talk to the woman. You stop the woman with a gesture. She looks up at you in some surprise. What is that building? The woman looks at you in some surprise, as though she thinks your question must be a joke. It's a moneylender, she replies. Ah, music's quite loud. Okay, I'll turn it down. There we go. Quan Muncher, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Glad to have you with us. Oh, sorry, I got an itchy nose. Hope you're having a good Boxing Day. A nice, chilled, relaxing day, hopefully. The woman looks at you in some surprise, as though she thinks your question must be a joke. It's a moneylender, she replies, though why they call themselves that I don't know. She gulps back a sob. They have turned you down? They are the worst kind of thieves. She nods. They are happy to take and never give back. Your troubles are your own affair, or I will help you. Finger gun. I don't know if I trust this woman. We've had issues with Elvins in the past, so your troubles are your own affair. Indeed they are, she replies coldly. Good day. Wrapping her cloak tightly around herself, she steps to one side and hurries off down the street. You watch her go with some sympathy. Mooney, thank you for the bit. Never trust an elf, that is true. Thank you for the cheer. Continue. Towards the square. The alley gets wider and passing a long building on the left, which seems to be full of children. I just wanted to be on top of the leaderboard. Fair enough, fair enough. On the step, a lanky man sits with his eyes firmly closed. Look at him. You pause to look him over. He is tall, well dressed, but not healthy looking. He seems pale and thin. Greet him. You go over to the man to greet him. He does not look up at you. What is this building? I'm a stranger in this city, or do you play Swindlestones? What is this building? The man does not look at you. His eyes remain closed. Is he asleep? I am a stranger in this city. He ignores you, clearly uninterested in who or what you are. This is clearly a waste of your time. The man is an idiot, or worse. Do you play Swindlestones? The figure nods once, slowly. From his pocket, he produces a set of dice. What's the stake? The creature shakes his head, then utters two words. Your life. You're on, that stake is too high, and what do I get if I win? I was watching another VTuber and a jizzle. Wow. And her jiggle physics was all over the place, and it gave me a headache. Oh dear. I try not to have too much jiggle physics, but these pajamas, they give me a little bit of a bounce. Jizzle. And what do I get if I win? Your life, the creature replies. Play or forfeit. Oh, we've got to play now. We're screwed either way. Play. I'm not afraid of you, you tell him. The thin creature hands you your dice and waves at you to bid. Roll dice. We got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. So let's do 1, 4. They are most difficult to find. So he's gone 2 2s. So there probably is 2 2s. So let's try 3 2s. You sound like you've tried. Yes. Myself? No, I run an orphanage, but others have. Many have tried to kill them. I do not believe there are 4 2s. Only 3 2s! Yay! It's a normal jiggle cat. Oh, thank you. Whilst you guys are here, if you have any suggestions you want me to play in the new year, let me know, because we should be finishing up Star Wars this week, and we've got Sorcery, so long as you guys are still interested, but that's just like a small little chill thing. But if there's anything in particular you want me to play, you just let me know. The only things I won't do are MMOs, and I kind of don't want to do open world whilst we've still got Skyrim on hold. So yeah, no blah, 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 blah. Start that again. No MMOs and no open worlds at the moment. But yeah, you just let me know. Either on here or on Discord, and I will check it out. Okay, roll dice again. Thank you, Mooney. If you're looking for nobles, one is most certainly dead. Lord Shinra was buried months ago. What I'm here for. 1 for... What do we have? We have 2 1s, a 2, and a 3. Let's do 2 1s. I made 2 4s. I don't believe you. Cool. Verador, welcome to the stream. And I apologise you didn't get the Pokemon. Or you don't know that ball. Only 1 4. The round is yours. Roll dice again. We got 2 4s, a 2, and a 3. Let's go straight for the 2 4s. What is this building behind you? It was full of children. It kind of looks fun, this dice game. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? If I had these style of dice, I mean, I suppose you could do it with any dice. I would play it. Hello. There's a cute emote next to my hi. It is an orphanage for those whose parents are killed, lost, go mad, or are murdered. He bet 3 4s. Oh, welcome, Big Bad Wolf. Are they D8s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so, yes. From what I can see of the sides, I think they are. You've done 3 4s, so let's do... Now, you only have 2 dice, but I think they are... There is 3 4s, so I'm going to go and see if I can trick him. We did! We tricked him. This city port does not provide for its own. Others must take up the burden. Let's see about that. Cool. Only 4 4s. The round is yours. Okay. I didn't actually think there were 4 4s, so that was lucky. I mean, don't forget, guys, our life is at stake now. I was going to say on the stake. It's not quite there yet. You are an explorer in our city? 1 4. We've got 2 4s. I arrived yesterday. You look hungry already. Yeah, that's probably true. 4 4s. Cool. Ah, he caught me. Reveal dice. Roll dice again. 2 1s. What happens to the children in this orphanage? Are they put to work? Once they are old enough, they are put to work in the orphanage. Care always has more orphans. Cool. Yeah, it's not really much I could do there. They're 3 1s. We have 2 dice left. He has 1. Let's begin at 1 4. Oh, I could do 2 4s, and then you're screwed. I'll raise that. No, no, no. I gotcha. Yay. Continue. You flick the thing creature's final die off the table with a grin. I win. I have quite a few when you play D&D, you become a dice goblin. I can imagine. I always really like seeing the sort of dice you can get in like shops and stuff. But I don't do D&D myself, so I never buy them. But they all look very pretty. Thank you, Jackal, for the applause. I I win, you tell him. The creature takes back its dice. A good win, he declares. From his pocket, he produces 3 gold pieces. I took these from the last creature I beat, he says. That makes them yours. Gratefully, you take his gifts. Will you play again, he asks. No, I have beaten you. I will not risk my life again. Very wise, the creature agrees. You move away down the street. Continue. Fireview Square. You follow the road between large houses until it enters a wide square. Odd-looking creatures mill about, going about their business. Several are clustered in a crowd around a monument of some kind. On the other side of the square, the main road continues on through a low arch. 1,000 other alleyways lead off in all directions into Upper Care. So this is what everyone's gathered round. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. It pops, yeah, anytime you hear the words, making my way downtown. Look at the creatures. Creatures push and knock into you as they make their way across the plaza, despite there being plenty of space. None of them seem to be looking where they are going. There is something strange about them in general. Their bodies are spindly, their faces long with downturned mouths. In fact, their eyes all seem to be closed. Miso, welcome to the stream! Love the Sorcery series, but 'tis the best, I think. Is this your first playthrough, this one? I have played it a couple of times, like a couple of years ago, but I always forget what's happening, so it all feels new to me. And yeah, hope you're enjoying it. I love Sorcery. It's a great little pastime game. In fact, their eyes all seem to be closed. I approach the monument, wave in front of a creature's face, look for the arch. Let's look for the arch. The arch at the far end of the square is thronged with more creatures, not all the same as those in the square. There seems to be a bustling hub beyond. A market district, perhaps? A peddler with a tray around his neck walks past you in the square. Anklework, blimbury, poultice and millweed. Talk to the herbalist. You cross the square. Continue. Oh, we only have 10 coins, so I have to be careful with how much I spend. You stop the herbalist. Good day, he greets you. Can I interest you in a poultice? A salve? What are you selling? Ah, let me show you. He rubs his hands together. For instance, this. He digs around on his tray. A mustic ointment, made from pure mustic. What does it do? Mustic is a powerful hypnotic, he replies. It can make you believe almost anything. He holds it out for you to smell. Yeah, don't smell it. You lean away, careful not to inhale from the salve. He smiles and takes a deep breath himself, sighing happily. Give it to me? He's just inhaled it. So, maybe this will work. Give it to me, you tell him. It's mine. The man nods, his pupils dilated wide. Of course it is, he agrees. My apologies. The herbalist hands over the pot of ointment, wafting it close to your nose. You notice a delicate fragrance as you place it into your pack. Now, says the herbalist, I'd like you to give me, let me see, 10 gold pieces. No. Of course, you reply. The herbalist smiles and holds out his hand. Oh no, he's tricked us. Give him nothing. You bugger! You hand over 10 gold pieces as he asks. Excellent, the herbalist smiles, then tips his head to you. Have a good day. I got scammed. I mean, I did try to steal from him as he was under the influence, but... You hand over 10 gold pieces as he asks. Excellent, the herbalist smiles, then tips his head to you. Have a good day. Pausing only to retrieve his mustic from you. Oh, he even stole it? He walks away across the square. A man pushes a wheeled cart of fruit and sets up the store. Your headache begins to clear. God damn it. Next time be better. I will next time. Next time murder. Look at the alleyways. We, use arrow. Oh God. Teach me to try and steal drugs. You walk to the centre of the square and turn about, peering into all the narrow alleyways that lead off in every direction. To the northwest, they wind between residential buildings, stacked precariously on top of one another. To the south, the alleys seem darker and rubble-strewn. There are fewer rooftops in that direction. The creatures in the square mill about, talking in hushed tones to each other. Let's leave the square. I don't trust this place anymore. You look around the various exits from the square. What we got? We got an alley and through the arch. Let's go through the alley. You choose a random alleyway on the right-hand side of the square and slip into the shadow between the tall buildings. The houses either side are well built and well defended. There are iron railings on the windows, and some even have arrow slits and portcullises. One householder has dug a moat across his front door. There's some defences they've got going on here. I wish in my house I could have slots for arrows. That would be quite a good security system, I feel. Outside one building, a tall man stands with a grappling hook. Quite windy though. Poor Mooney. If I could, I would have the archers from Anor Londo just stood on the roof of my house, just firing those giant arrows at people. Like, someone gets too close to my car, boom. Watch him. You hang back and watch as he swings his grappling hook twice, aiming for one of the windows on the floor above. I would let it just hit me. You're going to give us windy holes and then place the archers on the roof. Oh, I didn't think this through, did I? You hand back and watch as he swings his grappling hook twice, aiming for one of the windows on the floor above. The hook misses and clatters to the street below, and the man curses, before gathering up the rope for another try. You need a Legend of Zelda grappling hook, that will get you anywhere. Approach him. You stride over the man as he swings his hook once more. Greetings. Greetings, you begin with a respectful nod. The man turns to you. Stranger, he says, I'm in a terrible fit.
Hey, listen!
Thank you, Mooney. The man gathers the rope for another swing. He is clearly tiring. What is the problem? I've been locked out, he answers. This is my home, and I've lost my key, but I've got a terrible throw, as you can probably see. The man throws again and misses again. Where did you get the grappling hook? I need directions. Are you a thief? Are you a thief? Are you from the guard? He demands. Answer the question. You reply coolly. Listen, if I were a thief, the man declares with great irritation, do you not suppose I would be better at getting this accursed thing to land on the sill? To demonstrate his point, he swings again with considerable effort and once more misses, ducking to one side to avoid the hook as it falls. You could just be a very bad thief. Like, no judgment, but I need directions. Perhaps you can help me. Directions? Why, well, the man looks irritated but not unhelpful. Certainly. Where do you need to go? The north gate or the graveyard? We need to go to the graveyard, don't we? Because one of the nobles is there. He nods sadly. You can go this way through the wastelands, but it's dangerous. You'd do better to turn back and go through the marketplace. The man gives up. He winds up the rope around his shoulder, then cups his hands to his mouth. Esme, would you just open the door and let me in? For a moment, nothing happens. Then a bucket of slop is thrown out over the man. He stands dripping in muck. Who is Esme? You ask from a safe distance away. I married an elven, he explains sadly. Lovely eyes, but you really can't trust them. He stalks away up the alley. Time for you to move on. See, this is why I didn't help that lady that came out the moneylenders. Can't trust those elvins. He said to get to the graveyard, it would be better to go this way. So head back to the square. From around the monument, you hear a sudden gasp. Something has happened. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave these people to it. I don't trust them. Creatures come and go from the alleyways all around the square. Let's go through the arch. You walk between the narrow buildings until you reach a fork. To the left, the road continues towards some kind of bustling market, while to the right, it leads down a shorter street. In the centre of the fork is a great bronze statue with some kind of pot at its feet. That is certainly a statue. Bloody hell. Look down the short street. Looking down the short street to the right, you see a sign up above a doorway reading The Gambling Halls of Ladder. Several seedy-looking creatures mill about on the steps. Cheerful creatures go in, and miserable-looking ones come out. Look at the statue. The statue is of a giant brute, wielding a club, and at its feet is a large pot filled with gold pieces. This must be of one of Care's many gods, with the pot intended for worshippers making offerings, although none of the passing creatures seem to be throwing any in. Make a move. Time to move on. Oh, no, I don't want to rewind. The statue. You go over to the statue and look into the pot. It seems to contain almost 20 gold pieces. Look up at the statue. Tilting your head, you look upwards at the statue. He is an imposing figure, at least 4 times your height and solidly armed. You do not recognize the god depicted, but his presence so close to the gambling hall suggests he is either a god of prosperity or a god devoted to punishing those who do not pay their debts. Take the gold? I think we take the gold. This city has robbed me already. You reach down and scoop the money from the pot into your pouch. Easy enough, but then a creaking noise makes you freeze. Look up. Looking up, you see the statue's right arm sweeping down towards you. Leap left. You jump left straight into the path of the club, which sends you flying backwards. Picking yourself up quickly, you see the bronze giant has leapt from its pedestal and is advancing towards you. Draw my sword. You draw your sword to engage the statue. You rush forward, dodging the statue's stamping foot. But when your blow lands on the metal, it only sends a painful shockwave up your arm and does no damage to the creature at all. The statue is leaning back for another swipe at you. You will have to find this thing's weak spot, if it has one, or else you do not stand a chance. Pick a spot to attack. In the milliseconds available, you scour the creature for scratches, blemishes, anything that might suggest a chink in its armouring. The belt, the right leg, the left leg, the right ankle, the left ankle. Let's try the left leg. You race forward toward the creature's left leg and spy a small metal plate. Twisting your sword around in your hand, you drive it into the crack and begin to lever the panel open. The giant flails this way and that, trying to shake you loose. Loose. But you are determined, and finally the plate flies open. A blast of hot gas ejects from the statue. It sways and then topples face down into the street. I'm alive! It's Zodia, the forbidden one. You gasp with relief and take a moment to recover your breath. You have survived, and account shows you are 18 gold pieces richer. Yay! We got money back. Continue. I don't want to go to the gambling hall because I don't want to lose the money I just got. So let's take the left fork. You follow the road to a wide open space laid out for a market. There are several stalls, all selling the same goods. Their traders arguing loudly over who has the cheapest or the best quality. Continue. Let's have a look. We need provisions, so let's browse provisions. Browsing the stalls, you find that food is reasonably expensive, with the cheapest provisions being sold at 3 gold pieces each. One trader is also selling a wrapped package of 6 meals worth for 15 gold pieces, But that's probably more than you want to spend. That is definitely more than I want to spend. So what was it? 3 gold pieces each. So if we do, let's do 2, and then that will keep us going. You hand over 6 gold pieces and place the provisions into your pack, and move away into another area of the market. Continue. Browse useful gear. You browse around stores selling useful gear and items for travellers, and come across two things that two come across two things which might be useful. Typo there. The first is a tinderbox for lighting fires, though it will not work without tinder. And the second is a bottle of snakebite antidote. The tinderbox costs 2 gold pieces and the antidote 3. I don't think we need these. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. You turn down the trader and move on through the market. Should we have a look at weapons? You take a turn about the armourer's stores. Mostly what is on sale is of poor quality, or weaker than the blade you already carry, but 2 things catch your eye. A hefty broadsword with a good solid grip, and a bow with a quiver of silver-tipped arrows. Test the broadsword. You lift the broadsword and slice it through the air, perfectly balanced and fused as the sword maker. Not an antique either, but made brand new. 8 gold pieces. You judge the blade to be well weighted. Test the bow. You lift the bow and test the string. It seems firm and responsive, and although you have little use for ranged weapons, this one seems hardy enough. The quiver is interesting. It contains 10 arrows, but each has a tip made not of steel, but pure silver. Oh, I have a feeling werewolves are coming. Anything to do with pure silver, you know it's going to be about werewolves. The armourer nods at you significantly as you discover this, for you know what. No, I don't know what. No. The dead. Oh, the dead? Well, yeah, I suppose you use silver for the dead as well, if I'm going off what other books I've read in the fantasy world. The dead. Only silver can pierce the hearts of the dead, he replies. Then he adds in a whisper, 6 gold pieces. By the blade or by the bow? Oh, having the bow and arrow might actually be good. I'm gonna buy it. I'd like the bow, you tell the armourer. He makes a great fuss of packaging it up, but eventually hands over the bow and the quiver. You pay him 6 gold pieces. Move on through the market. You replace the goods and walk away. You have found one new clue. If we come across any dead people, hit them with silver. You scour the market for items that might be useful to you in magic, but find nothing except for one jeweller's stand, which amongst a lot of very expensive and overpriced jewellery is offering a sun jewel for sale at the exorbitant price of 15 gold pieces. Look at the gem. You lift the gem and turn it over in your hand. It shimmers with an incandescent inner beauty, and you can see why someone might buy this as a trinket for their lover. But with the correct magic, you know that inner glow can be made into a powerful beacon of light, if only you could afford it. Which we can't, so we leave it. You take one last look at the sun jewel, sigh, and leave it, walking back into the market. Continue. Buy a well. Not buy, as in purchase. We buy the well. Beyond the market is a street of tall, iron-fenced houses. You are entering a rich district, built in relative safety close to the wall. On the highest point of land in the city, few creatures live here, and it would seem that beggars are not tolerated. The streets are empty and for the first time clean. You pass a well with a pulley attachment built above it, but no rope. I don't want to lose any more gold, so I'm just going to walk on. As you pass the well, you catch a brief snippet of song drifting up the well shaft, but you cannot quite make out the words. Go and listen. You go over to the well and listen. A woman's voice is singing from somewhere deep in the earth. You can make out the words when you lean your hip. This one was a little bit rushed, I can see. When you lean your ear over the well shaft, my dear, your fortune can be told if you will cross my palm with gold. Um, this is clearly a fortune teller trying to scam me out of money. So I'm not going to give her any gold, but I will keep listening. You wait to see if the voice will sing any further. I did not hear wrong. You wait to see if the voice will sing any further, but there is only a gentle humming and perhaps the sound of lapping water. Ignore it. I'm not trusting anyone that says put gold in the palm of my hand. Outside the necropolis. I think that's how you say that. You've reached a wide, desolate area, fenced off by an overgrown iron railing. Inside, tall yew trees reach up to twice the height of the city wall beyond. This is the necropolis, the city of the dead, for those who pass away in care with enough money to ensure their bodies are not simply tossed into the water. The road to the north gate passes straight through and offers no way around. Look at it. The main path is wide enough for processions and carts, but leading off of it are several smaller paths that wind between the trees and headstones to all the different suburbs of the graveyard. There are plenty of places for things to hide here. Continue. Enter the necropolis. After the hubbub... Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Jackal. I am hydrated. After the hubbub of upper care, the necropolis, as Rooney's just told me 2 or 3 times. Rooney, how do I say it? Necropolis has a silence which is almost deafening. Look around. Either side, listing gravestones crawl with small creatures. No flowers grow here. It is like the bodies give off poison as they rot. Everything here is dead, and yet this place is neither empty nor still. The graveyard. The wind whistles between the tall trees. The sun is setting behind the wall. Look around the gravestones. You step nervously off the path and walk between the nearest tombs. Some are ancient headstones, tilted to crazy angles, and some of them fallen face down, as though the citizens of this graveyard have been drinking since they died. Others are fresh, neatly carved and clean of all moss and weeds. They sparkle in the moonlight, as though cleaned by maids and waiting for the occupants to arrive. Continue. So we can either just leave, explore the older tombs, or explore the newer tombs. Let's go newer. There are several tombs here. There must have been a recent plague on the rich in the city. They are scattered round in roughly alphabetical groups. It's vodka this time, Kat. Last time it was champagne. No, this is lemonade. I just I slur a lot when I read a lot. Okay, so let's have a quick look at our clues, because I know one of the nobles died. Lord Shimva. So we need the S group. Where does S come in the alphabet? S-T. Okay. From explore the tombs of Otsil to Tamarin. You look from one headstone to the other. A few catch your eye, though you cannot immediately say why. We've got Prior's gravestone, Rift's tomb, Shimva's mausoleum. That's the one. You approach Shimva's mausoleum. Carved above its door is "Here rests Lord Shimva, 5th noble of Kerr." A noble, but surely it's too late for them to help you. Continue. This music's a bit too jaunty to be in a graveyard. Let me see if I can find something else. Celtic music and fantasy Celtic music.